Hey wonderful people, you're welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a great day. So today I'll be teaching us how to draft a corset. Okay, this corset we have a waist snatch. Okay, the waist will be snatched. So if this is something that interests you, stick around and watch the video to the very end. Do not forget to ask your question if you have any at the end of the video or the tutorial. So this is me placing my tape from the shoulder line I marked, and I'm marking her shoulder to the bust points, the waistline, and of course the underbust. So guys, I'll just go ahead and connect the lines together. With these bodies, with this tutorial, you can be able to draft your own. Even a beginner will use it. I will try as much as possible to illustrate in a way that you understand. So this is me labeling the lines, the bust point, the underbust, and the waistline. So to make this a full bodies, I will go ahead and place my tape starting from the waistline, and I will mark 7.5. Okay. With this 7.5, it will be a full bodice. So I'll just go ahead and connect the lines together. And I'll label it top length. So the next thing to do now is to work on the shoulder line, the first line that I marked. There I will be marking half of our crossback, which is 7.5. That's shoulder line, okay, divided by 2. Then the neckline width is 3 inches and the depth is 3.5. Then I'll be sloping the shoulder with 1 inch. Now I will go ahead and connect the shoulder, the neckline like so. Then I'll also connect the shoulder slope to the neckline width like so. So now the next thing I'll do is to place her chest line. You know the formula of getting an accurate one. Divide your bust circumference by 6. Then whatever you get, add 1.5 to it. That is the perfect formula for getting an accurate chest line. So I have marked hers, and that is the chest line now. So coming to that chest line, I will mark her half of her shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Then I'll go ahead and connect to the shoulder slope. Alright, so guys, coming to that chest line again, I'll be dividing her bust circumference by 4. I will divide hers by 4 and I will mark it down. Then I will measure that line there. That's the shoulder line or the armhole line. I will divide it by 2. Then I'll mark it down as the midpoint. So from that midpoint, I'll be coming in by ½ inch. So I'll go ahead and connect and curve my armhole. Pay attention to what I'm doing in this video. You'll be able to understand what I'm trying to explain. So guys, I've successfully curved the armhole. Now is to insert the dart, and to get the dart, you should go ahead and divide your bust span by 2. That is your nipple to nipple. My client's own is 8 inches. 8 by 2 give me 4 inches. Okay? So I marked 4 inches on the bust point, on the underbust, the waistline, and of course the top length. Then I'll go ahead and connect the lines to form a straight line. Take your time, guys. So guys, that is achieved. The next thing to do now is to measure the line we have there at the shoulder line. Okay, that line there to that place. Then I'll measure it, then whatever I get, I'll divide it by 2. Mine is 4. 4 by 2 give me 2 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to the bust points like so. So the next thing to do now is to take 1 inch on both sides of the dart leg, starting from the under bust. I will take 1 inch on both sides of the dart leg, 1 inch. My light just went off. Alright, welcome back. I'm taking 1 inch on both sides of the dart leg. both starting from the bust point, starting from the underbust, sorry, underbust, waistline and top length. Okay, I will connect the lines like so. I will connect the other parts. Okay, now I will go ahead and curve our bust here. Alright, placing my curve ruler like so. Starting from the bust point, I will curve to that 1-inch part. I will also do the same thing over here. Alright. So now the next thing to do is just to blend it a little bit. So to determine how open I want my chest line to be, that's cleavage or cleavage line or the over bust line, I will be going off starting from the chest line by 1.5. You can actually maintain yours if you want to make use of the chest line, but for me, no, my client doesn't want it that revealing, so I went off from the chest line by 1.5. So to tighten that over bust, I will go ahead and measure what I have there at the under bust line. What I got there is 2 divided by 2 gave me 1 inch, so I'll be taking 1 inch on both sides of the dart leg. So now I'll go ahead and connect it back to the bust point line. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain, guys. Okay, now I will go ahead and measure that line to see if one is shorter or they are equal. Alright, so what I got there is 3.5 for that part. Then this one is shortened by ½ inch, so I'll just go ahead and complete it to be 3.5. I'll go ahead and connect. Alright, so now the next thing to do is to get the side, the front, center cup, and to do that, coming to the chest line, I'm coming in by ½ inch. On the bust point, I came in by ½ inch. So now I'll just go ahead and connect the ½ inch together like so. Then I'll go ahead and connect to that 1 inch we took at the over bust line like so. I will blend it a little bit. Then I will be placing my curve ruler in a way that I will have enough space that will accommodate the bust. Okay, place your ruler properly, then you curve like so. Alright, so to get the side cup, all you need to do is divide that line, that box that you have there, starting from the shoulder line to the bust measurement that you marked. Divide it by 2, whatever you got, mark it down as the midpoint. Then from that midpoint now, come down by ½ inch. I hope I'm making sense. Now guys, the next thing to do is to connect the lines together like so. Then you extend it out like so. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and connect that 1 inch at the over bust to the ½ inch I came down with using my curve ruler like so. Alright, now to curve that part, to curve the parts, go ahead and measure what you have, the distance between your bust point and your under bust. Okay, then you mark. Okay, that's the distance between that bust point and the other bust. Then you mark it out starting from the bust point line, then you connect. You can see how that looks. So I'll go ahead and label my curves and also give my arrows. Go ahead and give any sign that would enable you know the right parts when you are transferring to your fabric. Okay, so I'll just try to blend the yoke a little bit using my curve ruler. Okay, alright, So I'll go ahead and label that my front yoke. You can see. So now I'll go ahead and place our body measurement. Coming to the chest line, I've already marked our bust measurements. Now I will not be replacing the 1 inch I took at the over bust. I will only replace the that I have there at the chest line. Okay, I'll measure it and I'll replace it. Then I'll add my sewing allowance. I'll be adding my sewing allowance here. Then at the under bust, I will divide her under bust by 4. I will mark. Then I will measure my dart intake, which is 2 inches. I will also mark my sewing allowance. Go ahead and make use of any sewing allowance of your choice. I'm making use of 2 inches sewing allowance. Also at the waistline, I will mark her waistline, measure my dart intake, replace it, and still add the 2 inches sewing allowance. So coming to the top length, I will divide her hip circumference by 4. Okay, I will mark it. Then I'll measure the dart intake. I will replace it. Also add my sewing allowance. Now I'll go ahead and connect the sewing allowances together. I'll go ahead and connect the lines together like so. I hope you find this video helpful. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Okay, so that others can be able to see it, guys. Help me by giving this video a thumbs up. So if you are making for a normal a basic corset, you can actually stop here. But if you want to cinch the waistline, then let's do that together now. So to determine what you want to cinch out of your natural waistline, excuse me, it could be 2 inches, it could be 4 inches, could be 3 inches, but depending on the material that you're making use of, when you want to snatch up to 4 inches, please I advise that you make use of stretchy materials. But if you don't want to snatch past 4 inches, you can make use of Ankara or any other thick or non-stretchy materials. And whatever you want to remove from your waistline, go ahead and divide it by 4. It could be 2 inches. If it's 2 inches, divide the 2 inches by 4. If it's 3 inches, divide 3 inches by 4. If it's 4, you divide by 4. Okay, so this is me marking my style line. Before you mark your style line, please measure the distance between that side and that side that my arrow is pointing at. Okay, so now I'm just trying to, I came up at the side of this blouse by 1.5 just to curve it. Okay, I don't want the down part of the blouse to be straight, that's why I marked it. Then from the style line, I went up by 2 inches at that down. Okay, I went up by 2 inches. Then for this tightening, I'm making use of 2 inches. I'll be removing just 2 inches from her natural waistline, so that will give me ½ inch. So I'll be marking ½ inch on both sides of the dart leg. I hope you get what I'm trying to explain here. Okay, so this is me marking ½ inch on both sides of the dart leg. Alright, then I'll go ahead and connect it to that 2 inches I came up with at the hemline. Okay, at the hemline, I'll connect it like so. I'll also connect the other part like so. Now from that point, I will come down by 1.5. Okay, then I will connect the dart like so. I will connect the other part too, like so. Now I'll try to blend out that. What he gave me, I didn't really like it, so I'll just go ahead and blend it a little bit. So guys, I believe you find this video helpful. So this is basically it, guys. Our pattern is ready. This is me labeling it 1, 2, 3, and I'll also go ahead and mark my arrows for me to know when I'm cutting it. So the dart I'm shading now will actually be going off. Okay, and we're not replacing that dart. That part too is going off. You can see I'm just marking my arrows. Go ahead and give any sign that will enable you know what you are when you are transferring to the fabric. Okay, so guys, this is just it. In total I have one here. Okay, so if I also take half inch at the back, that will be 2 inches in total, you can see. So guys, that's just basically it, and I will just go ahead and cut. Alright, I need you to follow this pattern. Alright, when you are transferring to your fabric, at that side that we added 2 inches sewing allowance, do not add any allowance there, but all other parts add your ½ inch sewing allowance. Okay, except your yoke, do not add any allowance to your yoke so that it will not gape. Alright, so but your cup, your center front, your side front, add ½ inch all through. Alright, add ½ inch all through. So guys, this is the pattern for the front. Now let's draft the back together. The back will be a lace-up back. It will not have any zipper. So this is me marking my shoulder line. So from that shoulder line, I will mark my client's back waistline. Okay, I'll mark her waistline. Then I will connect. But before that, I will complete it a full bodice by adding 7.5, just like we did in the front. By adding 7.5. If you are making use of this pattern, please, your front and back waistline should be the same. What you use there should be what you use at the back. As you can see, I did not make use of any side bust that. Alright, it will still come out nice. But I advise you make use of wadding when you are cutting the cup part. Do not use ready-made cup, please. So at the shoulder line, I'll mark the neck width and half of our shoulder measurement. Then the neck depth is 1 inch. Then I'll be sloping the shoulder by 1 inch. I'll go ahead and connect the neckline using my curve ruler. Then I'll connect the sloped shoulder to the neckline width. So now I'll place my tape to get the chest line. Divide your bust circumference by 6. Okay, whatever you got, add 1.5 to it. That will be your chest line. That is the accurate formula. Okay, so I'll just mark it out like so. Alright, I will label that chest line. Now at the chest line, I will input half of our cross back. Then I'll connect it to the neckline, to the 1 inch shoulder slope. Coming to the chest line again, I will input her bust divided by 4. I will mark. Then I'll measure that line I have there, just like we did in the front. I will be dividing that by 2 to get the midpoint. Then I will mark the midpoint. From that midpoint, I'll be coming in by 0.25. Remember at the front, we came in by 0.5. So for the back, I'm coming in by 0.25. I hope that is 0.25, okay? I'll be coming in with that little inch that you see there. Then I'll just go ahead and curve the armhole. Okay, next thing to do is to determine how open you want your back to be. Like I said, I will not be adding any zipper because this corset is actually cinched. The waistline is snatched, so I will not be adding any zipper. So to determine how open I want mine, I'll be taking 2.5 at the chest line, on the waistline 2.5, on the top line 2.5. I will go ahead and connect the lines together. If you don't want yours to be too open at the back, go ahead and make use of 1.5, even 1 inches, okay? Or even 2 inches. You can even take as much as 3 inches, alright? But the more you take, the more your back will be open, okay? Though you can actually add modesty panel to it, close it up a little bit. So now from that neckline depth, I'll be marking 1 inch. My camera didn't actually capture that very properly. So from there I'll be covering the back yoke, placing my ruler like so. There will be where the bottom will be. So this is the back yoke. Alright, now I will go ahead and input her body circumference or body measurement. Her waistline divided by 4, I will mark plus my 2 inches sewing allowance. Her hip line divided by 4, I will mark plus 2 inches sewing allowance. At the chest line too, I will complete it by adding my sewing allowance. Okay, then I will just go ahead and now I'll go ahead and connect the lines together. I'll blend the waistline in and out. I'll blend it in and out. Alright, so to cinch the back, I will just go first of all shaping the down part of the blouse just like we did in the front by going up by 1.5. I will curve it in like so. Now to snatch the waist line for the back, I will just be making use of one style line. At the back you can make use of even up to 2 style lines, okay, but because of my client actually, she doesn't need too many snatched stuff, so I will just make use of one style line. So from that chest line I will come down by 1 inch, and from the hem parts I will go up by 2 inches. Then at the waistline I will be taking half inch on both sides of the dart leg, just like we did in the front. Now I will just go ahead and connect like so. I'm connecting to the 1 inch I came down with, okay. Now to tighten the chest line, that leg, I will be going out on both sides of the dart leg by 0.25. Then I'll connect it back to the waistline. You can see the back is ready. Alright, the back is actually ready. So guys, this is basically it. 1, 2. If you want more of snatched back, go ahead and have more than one style line. Okay, you can have up to 2 style lines. Alright, so this is me labeling my back pattern, center back, side back, and I'm also giving my arrows. Okay, so that is just it guys. I believe you find this video helpful. Okay, the place I'm shading now is going off. Even that place is going off, where my arrow is pointing is going off. So over there will be where my eyelet will be, and that is just basically it. Go ahead and cut. This is just simple guys. Even a beginner can make use of this pattern. Alright, you can make use of this pattern. Sew it, then make your skirt and attach it together. Okay, see. So guys, that is just basically it. Our pattern is ready. Our pattern is ready guys. Let me know if you find it helpful in the comment section. At least tell me something now. Okay, give the video a thumbs up. Alright, and do not forget to practice. Practice. If you have been so scared of sewing corset, just practice with this pattern and let me know what you think at the end. Okay, but I advise you make use of braiding to cut your cup At the end, use your zigzag machine to attach the cups together. If you do not have a zigzag machine, sew with your normal machine, but with just a little up, just quarter something. Do not sew too much, okay? So this is the front piece and everything is set, guys. So thanks for watching. Until we meet again, bye.